Yes, welcome everyone here to the Smash Sport Show right here on Smash FM here on a Tuesday here in Melbourne. Of course, let's go up to North Queensland in particular, of course, and go into Townsville in region in particular, and of course, especially to interview the Hermit Park Tigers women's football team who put the Swans to bed for 2020 because they beat them by 28 points in the grand final about a month ago now. And of course, we've got two very special guests joining us from the Tigers women's football team to tell us all about it. Thanks, both of you, for joining us.
Hello, happy to be here.
I'll get both of you to introduce yourselves and obviously what position both of you played on grand final day.
My name's Hayley Cornish. Grand final day, I played in the midfield for pretty much the whole game. Gabs, you're up.
My name's Gabrielle Docre. I played in the ruck on grand final day.
Tell us a bit about the grand final. I think my memory serves me correct. It was a night game, wasn't it?
Yeah, it sure was. Played in the evening after the seniors.
Tell us a bit about it. And number one, were you surprised you played the Swans in the grand final?
No, I think we were probably expect us in the Townsville competition. There's a few stronger teams, and we probably expected to play either Swans or the University Hawks. There's a tight semi-final between those two, but we were relishing the opportunity to play Swans because there's a bit of a rivalry there. So it was a great game. We were pretty happy with the outcome.
How was it like playing the grand final at night?
The weather up here, it's a lot nicer than playing it during the day, I reckon. It's a bit cooler at night, so you can breathe a bit better when you're running around. So a lot of us weren't too mad. Yeah, I didn't mind the time myself. What about you, Gabs?
Yeah, I think it's different because in the season we had a bit of a mix. We had Wednesday night games, which I enjoyed, and then we had a couple Saturday midday. And I guess because we're the ladies teams, we do get kind of put into the middle of the day's time slot. So I was more than happy with an evening time because it's just too hot. It's just too hot on midday, and I'm a bit of a softie. So
we like to think we're elite athletes, but cardio is not amazing.
Better at hydrating after the game than before the game. Hey, Hayley.
Yeah, that's it.
Now, when did it get to a point in the grand final that you thought, we've got him here?
Oh, I reckon, Hayley. Yeah, first bounce. I reckon it was it must have been in the fourth quarter, Hayley, when Steph got that spot kick, the mark in the front. I think there was probably, I don't know, maybe eight minutes to go. And I can't even remember how many points ahead, but it was about 3 or 4 goals ahead. And I looked at Jodie, our coach, and she didn't say anything, but I felt like an undercurrent of, yep, I think this is ours. So we only allowed 1 goal all game. So yeah, defense kept it pretty tight.
The last couple of times we played that team, they came back in the last quarter and we just held on. So it was nice to head into the last quarter with a bit of a lead and feel that we actually had it, in that first bit of that last quarter.
Yeah.
How good was it when the final siren went and obviously you looked up the scoreboard and you've got the chocolates?
It's pretty amazing.
Yeah, it was a pretty great feeling. Happy for that whistle to blow, that's for sure.
Yeah, it was really good. Still recovering from it, to be honest.
I think we partied for about 3 weeks. My mum actually said, "What did you win? The Australian Cup? Did you win the Australian Cup?" I said, "Mum, that's not even a thing."
Was it more relief or celebration or both?
Oh, there was a fair bit of relief. That was probably the worst thing about playing at night was you were just nervous from the moment you woke up until the start of the game. So there was definitely a lot of relief, but excitement as well. It was an amazing moment. to be honest. All the celebrations afterwards, the girls running into each other and tackling each other to the ground.
Because we didn't tackle enough during the game. We have to do it after the siren sounds as well.
Now, I have to ask, who got to hold the Premiership Cup first?
Oh, I'd say Cassie. Was it Cassie Haley?
Yeah, it would have been Cassie, but she's not here to tell that story.
Our captain isn't here to tell that story. And probably our
coach and captain, Jodie and Cassie, they did an amazing job all season. Well deserved.
Jodie's first season not playing as a player, so I think it was tricky for her to sit back and watch. Actually, she did play one game, I lie. Yeah, she did a fantastic job, so we were pretty lucky to have her.
Well, obviously, hopefully I can get Cassie on the show in the next couple of weeks to tell us all about that. Now, I guess I have to ask, how long did you wear your Premiership medals around your necks for? And did any of you sleep with it for the fact that it was a night game?
Yeah, some people definitely went to bed with it on.
Wore them for 3 days at least straight. Yeah. Saturday, Sunday, Monday. Hayley probably wore hers under a uniform on Tuesday.
Yeah, I wore mine for about, I reckon I only just took it off last week, actually.
Now, by looking at the team photo, it was a very small stage and very low stage, mind you. I had a look at the team photo afterwards. I must say the stage sort of barely, I guess, was about a little bit above ground height. I guess, how good was it at least be on the dais, even though it was a very small and very low dais I've ever seen. How good was it to get onto that?
I think it was an old I think it's someone's trailer. So that was. I think we jumped we all jumped a little bit extra harder to see if it'd hold us or not, just to really test it out. So that was great to get in nice and tight.
Now, I'm assuming both of you would have had a chance to hold the Premiership Cup and have photos with it. Now, I know you're not supposed to do this in COVID, but did either of you kiss the Premiership Cup?
I think we kissed the Premiership Cup. We drank out of the Premiership Cup. COVID's different in Townsville. We try our best, but we're not as concerned when there's no active cases. So I think we shared the love around. We probably shouldn't post a video of it though.
So the cup had a bit of love.
It had a lot of love.
Tell us a bit about your Premiership coach, Jodie. How special she's been throughout the year, and especially, I guess, the way, and also you must tell us a bit about how special the team was this year as well.
Yeah, so Jodie is a pretty amazing human. She dedicated a lot of her time to our team. We had training obviously twice a week and then games, and for her to work full time, plus her whole family's involved in the club, plus coaching this lot of rat bags. It's pretty amazing that she did all that and managed to fit us in. And yeah, winning the Premiership was a massive reward for her. So yeah, we really did do it for her and all the other girls on the team.
Yeah, I think Hayley did it pretty well. Jodie's it's an amateur competition, and we don't get paid to play, but I think when you talk about professionalism, there's not many more professional than Jodie, or dedicated to AFL, and particularly to women's AFL. And I think that's what makes our team so successful, is we can see the dedication that she puts into training with a really busy lifestyle, and the dedication her family and her husband Dave, who was our coach last year, put into the team. And it's inspirational. I wouldn't say it to her, but it is. It's inspirational to turn up to and to see that passion, and I think that puts a bit of fire in our bellies as well. And
of course, how did both of you get involved in footy, and why did you choose it?
So I actually played soccer for most of my life growing up, soccer and basketball. I joined the military and then was posted to Brisbane, and it was a bit more I was from country Victoria originally. Footy was a bit more popular in Brisbane, so I thought I'd give it a go through work and a civilian club, Cooperoo, and yeah, I loved it. So from then I gave soccer up, and here I am today still playing footy.
Yeah, I think in a similar circumstance to Hayley is I played football, soccer growing up, and lots of different sports. And then as I got older, I moved to the UK, and when I came back, I wanted a bit of a change. I heard that they were playing night games instead of midday games, so that was so I started playing AFL and haven't looked back since. It's just fun. It's we've played lots of different sports, but I think it's just got a really great culture around it. Everyone's so enthusiastic. You're at a training drill and people are slapping you on the bum or high-fiving, saying how encouraging you are, and I just think that's great. It's a great outlet as well, and it's just a fun place to be. Yeah.
Now, Hayley, you mentioned about, I guess, when you came to Queensland from the country of Victoria, was the first club that you played for. Funny enough is I've actually got that Guernsey behind me, the Cooperoo behind me. Now, obviously, they've been involved in tons of grand finals and winning a lot of them. I guess, did you play in one of those grand finals down there?
Unfortunately, I played in the time when they didn't make the grand finals, but it was it was an amazing club to be a part of anyway. It's a really good bunch of girls. I played with all the girls that did play in the grand finals, but obviously I move around a little bit with my job, so I was there in the years where we didn't quite get to that stage. So it was really good to make it this year with this club.
Now, what position now you all mentioned right at the start what position you all played on the field on grand final day. If you had a preferred position where you'd like to convince your coaches to put you next year, where would that be?
Please leave me in the midfield, Jodie, and don't rotate me through defence because I do not like defence.
It has to be full forward or centre half forward. Give me the glory, mate. The ruckman gets stuck in the middle, play with the fittest girls on the field. Give me some glory.
I was going to say, let's hope she's hearing this when she watches back.
I don't know. Yeah, there's too much running in the midfield. It's good. There's a lot of action. Cool girl can't build for endurance, unfortunately. Well, cool girl.
You were a weapon in the ruck, Gabs, tapping it down everywhere.
Lucky I got girls like Hayley run alongside me to cover it up.
Now, what does the sport of football mean to both of you, and especially being at Hermit Park?
For me, this year, the girls have really got me through what is probably not the greatest year for anyone in Australia and in the world. So, yeah, for me, the football club is pretty much family, as well as most sports club you go to. But, yeah, this one even more so. All the girls have been amazing, and we hang out with each other all the time outside of football and sports. So I think that's the best part of it. You're up, Gabs.
Yeah, I think I reiterate what Hayley's sentiments are as well. So, even last year I went through some tough stuff outside of footy, and I think one of my biggest outlets was coming to training and being supported by the girls. And I think we probably underestimate how important our footy team is to us as our social supports and in our lives. And I think in COVID times as well, it's great to have a team that even if we're not physically at training, that you've got, on a group message that you can laugh about, you can laugh with, you can catch up for a coffee to chat with. I think it's just like an extended family, like Hayley said. And I think that culture comes from the club as well. And it comes from the senior players in the team and the coach like Jodie. I think she set standard. And then we kind of reiterate that to the younger girls as well. So, yeah, can't put enough emphasis on how important it's been to me in the last few seasons.
Now, Gabby, you just mentioned about the younger girls just a moment ago. Tell us a couple of the younger girls in the team we should watch out for.
So I think we had one of the girls that played in the grand final last year just got signed with the Suns, and then the season before, Ali Hampson She got signed with the Suns after the 2018 season. So we play with really high caliber of girls. And I think in our young girls, Hayley, coming through the team now, who would you say?
Oh, we've got two young girls that are incredible, Stella and Taylor. They will be girls to watch out for in the next few years.
I think we did some warm-up bumps one game with Stella, and I think she nearly knocked off the park just in warm-up bumps. So, and Taylor hits harder than I've seen. And how old's Taylor? 16? 16?
Yeah, I think so. Hopefully that's how old she is, because she'll probably watch this and yell at us otherwise.
A lot of high quality girls coming through ranks, and I'm really happy that the opportunities are available now, and there's funding in women's sport to actually make it a career. And I think that's really important, you know, to get that out there and try and get equal with the boys one day.
Now, of course, I have to ask this question. How good is to play with each other on the same team?
It is really good. I honestly can't thank the girls enough. This year has been amazing. We've formed some amazing friendships. As much as I really don't want to say it in front of Gabs right now, she's an incredible human as well. To play together and win the granny together, you can't really ask for much more.
Yeah. So nice to hear you say that, Hayley.
You're welcome.
I think Hayley. Yeah, that's right. We play pretty closely on the field, and I think sometimes I just look Hayley in the eye. She knows where I'm going to tap it, and she's the first person to be there to receive it. I think one stage of play I think it was in a regular season game, we got three taps in like 4 minutes from the centre and 3 goals straight up. So to play someone like Hayley's really special, and I know she is one of the hardest hitters on the field. So if anyone's got your back, it's going to be her. So I love playing alongside her. Would hate to play against her.
Thanks, Gabs.
Now, for everyone in the far north that are watching this and want to get involved in footy, especially there at Hermit Park, what would be your advice to them to get down there and wear the mighty black and yellow, which has actually become a bit of a theme with premierships with the Tigers this year?
Yeah, for anyone that wants to play or is thinking about starting up with AFL, come down and see us down at Hermit Park home grounds, especially during pre-season. You know, we'd love to see some new players, some new girls come along and give the sport a go. It's growing around Australia, and it's really good to see all the young girls coming up, and there's some superstars playing the game.
Yeah, I think it's great. It's a sport that anyone can play. I mean, there's definitely skill elements to it, but I think a lot of girls you come across have already played a lot of different sports and different backgrounds, like Hayley and I played soccer previously, and those skills translate across into AFL. And I just think such a good thing to learn a new skill no matter how old you are. We've got a couple, our age groups go. I won't list age because Cassie won't be happy, but I mean, we go from 15 to, nearly 40 and whatever, however old they are. And I think it's great to have that mix, and it's good even just for growth for younger players as well, and for girls to meet someone, move to a new town. It's such a social sport. I think it's great. It's good to get fit, good to get healthy. Yeah, it's a win-win.
Good social side.
Yeah, definitely.
And we win grannies.
And we win grannies. So yeah, get down to the Hermit Park Tigers.
And for everyone who comes to Townsville, have no idea where Hermit Park's home ground is, whereabouts is it?
The Murray Sports Complex, within there somewhere. Find me on Facebook and I'll tell you.
Yeah.
Now, let's finish off with a couple of light-hearted questions about your teammates. Firstly, who had the most embarrassing moments on the field this season, and what was it?
I don't think it was embarrassing. I think it was the best moment on the field, Hayley. Do you think?
Yeah, absolutely. Go ahead.
I was next to it when it was actually in the grand final, and it happened to Kathy. And I think she was marking one of the girls from the Swans, and I'm not even sure how it happened, but Cassie tackled her, and within the momentum of the tackle, her jersey came up over her trunk, over her head, and then Cassie was still holding on to her, and she somehow wriggled out of her whole jersey, so that in about flat, she was running around in her sports bra, and then and then she got a little bit cranky and tried to size up to Cassie. So that was pretty entertaining for everyone involved. Her, I think.
A very fiery start to a grand final.
I think it was 50 seconds in, it set the tone.
Yeah.
I've got to ask, is that one on tape?
It is, actually.
It is.
It is. I think if anyone didn't want to come watch women's sport for the quality of the football, at least come down and watch girls in their bras, because it's not he's going to get there. It's that.
So good.
Now, who's the comedian in the team?
Jackie, for sure.
Oh,
Got to be Jackie.
Whether she means to or not.
We've got some twins in the team, and one of them, just everything that comes out of her mouth, you'll have a laugh at. She is just hilarious.
It's golden. I think Jess Costin, one of the other girls, could give her a run for her money as well. She's a good laugh. I wouldn't say, but she is pretty funny.
Now, any good singers and dancers we should know about based off the celebrations?
Oh, Jodie is a good dancer. She's a great dancer. Who else is there?
What's Kelly? Kelly's what is it? Fat? What's the fat?
WAP.
Sorry. Kelly's WAP dance at our grand final. At our grand final win was one for the records. I think the men's team were there and they enjoyed it as well. She just whipped it out and took it on like a pro.
Any good nicknames in the team we should know about?
Chugger. Cassie's a chugger. She's
Yeah,
she can sell alcohol like there's no tomorrow. So
underwater, above water, however it comes.
Yeah.
I've got numerous questions asked your captain based on your responses.
Very interesting.
Now, any players in the team that are just plainly forgetful?
Jackie.
I reckon Courtney forgot her socks one game. That was a bit forgetful.
Yeah.
Oh, there was someone that kicked the ball the wrong way in one game. That's extremely forgetful.
That was less. And I think they put a goal off the next couple kicks too. I think so they stopped it. And I think we've been playing for about 6 minutes. So
that's all right though.
Which is, how was the Premiership celebrations afterwards? Obviously, Bell's Townsville right at the start of the interview. I think apparently went for like 3 weeks.
Yeah, we only just finished the weekend before last.
Yeah. That was great. I think we did a party Saturday, wore our medals all weekend. Silly Sunday what was the theme this year?
Childhood heroes. So we had Shaz off, Kath and Kim. Who else did we have there?
Oompa Loompas, Michael Jordan.
A lot of sports stars.
Kathy Freeman made an appearance. And then Monday at Jodie's, we had a mechanical bull. A mechanical bull. So
that was a real hit.
Our sponsor, Rides and Slides, set that up for us, which was great. And we did it with alcohol, and it was really entertaining. A couple nude rides as well.
So So if you don't kick a goal in the season,
Yeah.
you got to do a nudie run. But because we had a mechanical bull, we thought it'd be rude not to bring that into it. Fortunately, most girls got goals, so there was only one that had to get up there.
We don't want to skip Haley.
So by the sounds of it, both of you avoided it.
Yeah, we did.
Absolutely.
Kaylee rain goals all season. Like they're going out
I
of
wouldn't
fashion.
say that, but I'm definitely keeping my clothes on.
Okay, I've got to finish up with this one last one, which is, what was the funniest ever moment?
I'd still say the start of the granny when Cassie ripped the girl's shirt off was the number one funniest moment.
It was, yeah.
We had a few sodas right in front of goal where, like, it's harder to miss the goal than to kick it, and we missed them. There's a couple of good ones there. Can you think of anything else, Gabs?
No, I think the shirt rip-off was the top for me. Yeah, it was great. It was so funny. So funny.
Oh.
So funny back on as well. I don't think it'll ever.
I liked when Mika, our quietest girl on the team, absolutely bulldozed someone in the granny. That was a good one.
Oh, that was so good. Lined her up like a front rower playing Origin.
Yeah.
Well, both of you, thank you so much for giving up your time to join us. It's awesome having both of you on the show. From all of us here at Smash FM, congratulations on winning the Premiership for Hermit Park Tigers. And let's hope this time next year, hopefully I'll be interviewing again, this time hopefully going for back-to-back.
Back-to-back.
We'll see you again next year.
Great. Thanks so much.
No worries. And that's Gabby and Haley there, join us there from the Hermit Park Tigers Women's Premiership team that won the grand final by 28 points over Swans about a month ago now. Of course, if you want to get down there, of course, we'll put all the details on how you can go about being involved down there at Tigerland in 2021. There's more on the Smash Sports Show right after this. Don't go away here on the Tuesday edition.